you are doing something, just see whether it is of any purpose. If it is of no purpose for you or for others, don't do it. That is Sarthaka Sampajanya. Sappaya is when you are doing anything, see whether it is comfortable for you and comfortable for others. If it is not comfortable, don't do it. Then the third one is Gochara Sampajanya. Is it within my limits, within my territory to do this? Am I within my rights to do this? Or am I trespassing on somebody else's? So you have to consider that. That is called Gochara Sampajanya. I think I must have told you about that story about the little bird. I didn't tell you. There's a little bird called the snipe. It's a tiny little bird. His living place, his house, is under the, when the plow, the field is plowed and it upturns the earth, under the earth this fellow is living. That is his house. One day this little bird thought he must be very smart and he was walking about outside without staying inside. And then a hawk came and pounced on him and took him. Then he shouted and wailing and crying, let me off, and crying and crying. Then the hawk felt sorry for him and let him off. Now what did he do? He went under the earth, sod, came out and said, now you take me. And the hawk was so angry, he came down and broke his beak because he was inside. So that story shows that within your territory you are safe. Outside your territory, if you go and do things that are not your business, then you can get into trouble. Actually, the territory that the Buddha talks about is not there, the Satipaā². If you are within the four Satipaā², you are within your father's territory. No one can do anything to you. But if you are without Satipaā², then you are liable to be attacked. So, whatever you do, if you are in Satipaā², one of the four Satipaā², either be in Kāyanupassana, or be in Vedananupassana, or in Chittanupassana, or in Dhammanupassana. If you are within these four Satipaā², there you are in your father's territory. Nobody can shift you. You are completely, it is your gochara, means it is your own place. No one can shift you from that place. You have every right to be there. So that is called, the third one is Gochara Sampajanya. The fourth one is Asammoha Sampajanya. It means whether you are doing this kind of work, whatever you do, going forward, backwards, looking this way or that way, whatever you do, are you having the ego and pride and conceit and me and I and mine and selfishness and self-reference? All that comes under the Asammoha Sampajanya. So Asammoha means not with any kind of ego or self-reference. Then you are also safe. So these four Sampajanyas you have to apply in daily living. Whenever you are doing anything, is my going out correct? Is it of any use for me or no? Or is my going out comfortable for me or others? Or is my going out, I am within my limits and my territory and I am entitled to? Or is my going out because of my greed and me and I and my personal reference? So these four you have to consider. That is what the Buddha means by Sampajanakari hoti. So the Buddha says, Alokite vilokite sampajanakari hoti. When you look this way and when you look this way, be with the four sampajanya. If it is without sampajanya, don't do it. Samindite pasarite, that is contraction and expansion. How many times do you contract and expand? With bending and stretching. You bend your body and you stretch your body. Every time you walk, every time you shift, you are either bending or stretching. Every time you look this way or that way, you are bending or stretching. How many times do you bend and stretch in a day? And that also you have to do mindfully. If it is of no use, don't do it. If it is not comfortable for you or for others, don't do it. If it is not your domain, that is to say not your rights, then don't do it. If I have no right to stretch my leg, I shouldn't do it. If I have no right to bend my leg, I shouldn't do it. That is the perfect discipline that the Buddha and the Arahants keep. They never shift. Now if they are walking on line, they go just walking on line, so mindful. Not one is out of step, like as is some military training. They won't look this way or that way, because they are so mindful about their walking. So the Buddha says, sampajanakari hoti. Be so mindful, and what a lot of discipline there is. Samminjite pasarite. When you contract your muscles and when you extend your muscles, sampajanakari hoti. Be with the four sampajanyas, the wisdom of the four sampajanyas. Asite, when you are tasting, when you are eating, pite, when you are drinking, kaite, when you are biting, saite, when you are tasting, sampajanakari hoti. That also you must do with the four sampajana. Is this right for me to do this? Is this comfortable for me to do this? For others, then is it am I within my rights to do this? And is it my ego to do this? So you can't do anything with prides and things like that. So asite, pite, kaite, to that extent, you are always with the four sampajana. Uchchara passava kamme, even when you go to the toilet, all those things, even when you open the tap, when you wash yourself, when the passing of urine and feces, also be very mindful and see whether it is you are within the rights to do it, whether it's the time and place, and is it all right you're doing this, or is it a problem for others, or is it a trouble for others, or is it comfortable for me and for others, and am I within my rights to do this? All that, for every action of the body, you have to do with the four sampajanyas. Gate, while going, tite, while standing, nisinne, while seated, sutte, while lying down sleeping, jagarite, while waking up, bhasite, while talking. Now we can understand, no talking, is my talking a problem for me or others? Is my talking comfortable for me or for others? If it is not, must not talk. If my talking is within my rights or within the rights of others too, or is my talking full of conceit and pride and my own ego? Now see, if it is with those, you must not speak. Bhasite, tunni bhave. Even when you are silent, you have to have the four sampajanyas. Why? Sometimes you can be silent in your anger. So that means that it is not